Hey, Sue, how you doing?
Hi, long time no see, Ernie. Thanks so much for
Right?
having me.
No problem. How have you been?
It's been crazy busy. I just moved into a new place, so you're staring at like a blank wall. I feel like the last time we
Oh wow.
talked, um, we had like a conversation about how your background is super cool and mine is so plain.
Oh.
Well, now I'm like, truly, I have nothing in the background this time.
Well, I mean, but you know what? That's because first off, moving stressful. I
It's the worst.
yeah.
I never want to do it ever again.
No. I've literally told everyone in my family that like if I move again, if I ever move again, it has to be it's to someone's cemetery because like I'm not moving of my
Yes.
own free will. It is
Oh, a hundred
because it's
percent, a
not
hundred
fun.
percent. Yeah. I don't know where anything is right now. It's bare bones. It's it's crazy.
Well, and I was gonna say too, and like first off, you are like doing a Herculean task
Oh my God.
because you're moving in like kind of like right there on the cusp of all like the crazy comic shenanigans that are about to transpire in
Oh,
the
you
next
mean San
week. Yeah,
Diego?
yeah.
Yes, I know. I literally I have to unpack all the clothes that I crammed in all the suitcases that I have to pack it all over again. And I
Oh
don't
my
know where
god.
anything is. So, yeah.
Oh my god. My heart goes out to you.
Thank you.
So just know I feel for you.
Thank you. Will you be at San Diego?
No.
Okay.
Well, and it's never for lack of desire, but I know me. I don't like huge crowds. That
Yeah.
yeah, it just seems like a nightmare scenario. So,
Yes. Yeah.
I would like to, but like I would probably just I don't know. I don't know if that's a good move for me.
I know what you mean. Everyone's like, "Oh, how do you like San Diego?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't visit San Diego. I just go to San Diego Comic Con and I go home."
That's fair. Like honestly, that is fair. I don't
Yeah.
I don't have any. I personally don't have any desire
Yeah.
to find myself having to do all that rush and
Hmm.
like all the craziness because like I said, you first off let me just go and say too just for anyone who is not familiar, I'm gonna put you all on game. Uh, we have special guests in the building, Soo Lee, who I
Oh,
would
thank you.
well, first off, we got to put respect on your name, okay? We got to put respect on your name.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. You're too kind, Ernie, like truly.
No. I have to do this. Because I like people to know, like the resume that people have,
Oh
for
gosh.
themselves, and for one, I know some of y'all should at least know the name Soo Lee, for no
Oh my
other reason
God.
the fact that Disney villains Maleficent, which was fantastic,
Yeah.
Thundercats Chitara, also fantastic. You've also got Carmilla the First Vampire, and Phantoma, and you've done stuff for the DC Ruby
Yep.
series. So yeah, I just had to put the respect on your name so people know.
Thank
Uh,
you.
no
Appreciate
problem.
you. Always appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, so you've stayed pretty busy.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Between because between both doing art, for books, between writing for books, and on this one you're doing both,
Mm-hmm.
which is always impressive to me. For anyone, just because it seems like a lot of work to do.
Sure. That's a fair assessment. Yes.
But you're going to be working on what is the official adaptation of
Hmm.
The Wizard of Oz. How did that come together?
Well, I've worked with my editor Nate on, Chitara,
Mm,
Maleficent, and a bunch of other things. And I think we have like a very good rapport at this point, and like, we're friends as well now.
mm,
And he just came up to me and was like, "Hey, would you like to do this?" And I was like, "What a weird, what a weird property. I mean, weird in the best way. Like, oh, I didn't know this was happening, but sure, I would love that." I'm a big
mm.
fan of Wizard of Oz too, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So it was like, absolutely. But I was also kind of scared because it does have like a very serious fandom.
Mm,
Rightfully so. It's kind of like
yeah.
an amazing. It's what I compared it to the other day. I was talking to a bunch of friends about how Wizard of Oz was amazing. I was like, it's the American version of Journey to the West. It's just
Yeah.
so unique, and it's just
I
like timeless, right?
mm. It's well, the thing for me is, yeah, because like I was saying earlier, right before you got in, um, I feel like it's a story that is forever in my head because like I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen it, I haven't watched The Wizard of Oz in a long time,
Oh, you
uh,
should. It's actually
but
really good.
yeah, like it's like so I remember being a kid, and I remember one Christmas,
Yep.
my mom got me the VHS of it, and I wore it
Mm-hmm.
out. Like
Really?
I can literally say I watched it until the tape actually broke. Um,
Wow.
but like I had, but ever like since I was like a little kid, I haven't really gone back and revisited. But like it's one of those stories. It still feels like fresh in my head. Like it's one of those things. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could literally go through and just be like, "Oh yeah, this is part of this episode. You can go over here, and then this happens. Okay, so on and so forth."
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yeah.
one of those. Like it's. I feel like it's that classic of a tale that
Oh, absolutely.
like
Sure.
it can live rent free
Yeah.
in your head.
No,
But
that's true.
like tackling the Wizard of Oz, and like I can only imagine like the the levels of like hype that you could feel for it, like going into this story, like already
Mm-hmm.
being like really into it, like
Yeah.
when they get when they turned over the reins for you to do the official adaptation, was there anything that like I guess obviously tell the story that everyone knows, but like when you were like designing like how you were gonna draw the characters, like how are you gonna like depict certain things, was there any like was there any stuff that you just like really like focused in on?
Yeah, so it is an adaptation to the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it does follow exactly what happens in the movie, but there are things that they allowed me to do and actually encouraged me to do was changing up scenes if I wanted to, like change up the way certain scenes look, um,
Oh.
kind of like redrawing what I think the panel would be like, or there's some scenes that didn't get added in, like certain scenes from the original movie script that wasn't added into, or at least didn't make the final cut of the movie. I added that into it as
Mm-hmm.
well. And then I don't want to spoil it, but the last page is my artistic interpretation of how I see the movie ending.
Okay.
And then like
That's
the
yeah.
designs as well. The Tin Man is kind of frightening in the movie, and so I made him a little bit more. Um, how do I say, like almost like a Metropolis vibe, like the
Mm-hmm.
the black and white film vibe,
Yeah.
like more like not androidy, but more like weirder and kind of more robotic like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the initial designs, I think they said something about his eyes being too devoid of something because I didn't make it human. I was like, yeah, but if I added like an actual pupil, that would be even weirder. So
Yeah.
I just like made him look like kind of like a robot almost. Um, and then like I just made, the lion just a furry like type character, because I thought it fit. I
Yeah.
think it kind of fits, and he's kind of cute, He's
Mm.
very cute. So I made him like even cuter in the book.
Well, I mean, I think that you and something I didn't really think about till you brought it up. When you talk about the movie The Wizard of Oz, I think the thing that kind of people forget about is that we're talking about a movie that came out like 5 ever ago.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Special effects were not like
But it was so good.
it it
It
was
it
it
was
was fantastic.
amazing. I rewatched it like 100,000 times because I had to. But when I first got the project, I was like,
Mm,
okay, I'm a little rusty on my Wizard of Oz movie. I haven't seen it in a minute, right?
yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, this is insane. Like the level of production is
Mm,
just off the charts, you know?
yeah. Well, like for the time, that
Hmm.
was like I would I would say state of the art like effects. Like that wasn't like
Oh,
Wizard
uh-huh.
of Oz wasn't common.
No.
And I
I
think
would say
that's
it kind of
nice.
beats some certain things now in some,
Mm,
in some sense, right? Like the
mm,
color is super vibrant. We don't have that color gradation of movies anymore either. The
mm,
Technicolor, like
mm,
just purely saturated. Now we have like, the filters and all the, the mood vibe colors, but this was just purely, in your face, right? I guess
mm,
because they were just coming out of the black and white scene. So I get why that's the case. But you're right. I think it's
mm,
just so unique. And for the colors, I try to be as it's not exactly the same colors, but I wanted it to give like the the saturation of like being in such a fantasy world.
mm. Well, it's and that's something that I was really curious about too because Wizard of Oz has this like just it has that look. It's like
Hmm.
that vibe of like a bygone era. Like
Oh yeah.
Technicolor isn't, and honestly, I don't even know if you can even like really achieve that same level of the exact same level of color. I've never thought about whether you could even
Yeah.
achieve that in a comic like that, like in a graphic novel format. Like
Hmm.
I don't even know how that like how does that translate? Like how do you like reach that? like you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like it's so yeah, it's just so vibrant, like
Mhm.
it really is truer than real life, kind of almost.
Like if kind of going back to the designs of the characters. Like was there I know you talked about how like you kind of did like some some kind of reinterpretations on the Tin Man
Hmm.
and the Cowardly Lion, but
Yeah.
like how like were there any like were there any one particular character that like you just had like the most fun trying to like figure out?
Mm. Hmm. I had a lot of fun with the Wicked Witch. I did change her up a little bit as well. I
Hmm.
think Glinda was pretty fun.
Okay.
Like Dorothy, I really liked drawing Dorothy a lot,
Hmm.
because she's just like I have to say she truly is one of my favorite characters in the movie. But
Hmm.
Glinda is just fun, right?
Hmm.
She's just like personified and just bright and colorful and just like really like a huge dress and just sparkly. I love that aspect of her. So that
Hmm.
was a lot of fun to do. And she really adds a pop of like real color into the world as well. So I try to like kind of do a little too much with her sometimes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh no. It's like I don't know. It's like there's a certain like each of those characters, like all of them are larger than life and like
Yeah.
really iconic. So like the idea of like trying to like figure out a way to like put them on the page, and have them look familiar, but also kind of give a taste of maybe
Hmm.
something you haven't seen before. I always think that's such a like a cool thing to it sounds like a challenging thing, but a thing I would
Yeah.
imagine is pretty fun to do as well. Um,
Oh, for
but
sure.
now with like with this adaptation, which by the way, just I want to get this out of the way real quick too, because I don't want people to
Hmm.
forget.
Sure.
I believe it's September the 17th. I believe is in and around the time this is going to be releasing. So I do want to say if for whatever reason you are interested in this, go hit up your LCS,
Yes, please.
ask them for it, because
Mm-hmm.
I hate having to share the story, but I share it as a cautionary tale. Do not assume that every comic is carried in every shop. All shops carry different stuff based
We are
on,
also kickstarting it
yeah.
as well.
Okay, so yeah, so then there, yeah. So
So
with
please,
that,
yes.
yes, please go check this out.
Yes.
Make sure that you go give this a look, because I think it's personally, I think it's something that a lot of, especially if you, for one, if you're a fan of Wizard of Oz, I think it's kind of a no brainer.
I think so too. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, my comic was
Yeah.
like the end all be all, but it
Right.
truly is like an extra little something that I'm putting my thumbprint into this universe now in a
Mm-hmm.
way that like I've attributed something to this fanverse, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I hope I did people proud by doing it, but I think I'm actually really proud of the book myself. So if you
Yeah.
guys went to support it, I would truly appreciate it.
Well, and with that being said too, and I'll just say this, like, look, if as I mentioned earlier, um, if if you've if you've not already read the Disney villains Maleficent, I think that's a very I think that's a very good indicator of of what you can kind of, not in terms of like the exactly what the story is, but just in terms of the level of talent that's going to go into this. I think that's a good example.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
just putting that out there. Just I'm always
That's
gonna
very kind.
I'm always gonna throw it out there, because it's I feel like Indiana Jones at this point. I feel like, yeah, at some point just be like, man, it needs to be in a museum. But no,
Oh, that's so sweet. Stop. That's too much. But thank you. I
but
appreciate
no,
it.
anytime, anytime.
I'll take that.
You did the work, so I mean,
Thank you.
I'm just spreading the word. But no, when taking a look at at this, like, man, the story that you're telling, and kind of following Dorothy through this like literal whirlwind of an adventure, getting swept up into like another world. And I know you kind of
Hmm.
mentioned earlier, like, how much you gravitate um to that character. Like, what is it like for you that that makes Dorothy who she is?
Yeah, first of all, I think Judy Garland was like watching it
Mm-hmm.
as at an older age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comparatively to when I was a kid, like you were, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually truly appreciated. She really put everything into that acting. Like there was no half-assing anything, you know? And I think this is something that I didn't understand, and maybe because like my frontal cortex is like all like developed now, but the true aspect of just being so accepting of people and strangers, no matter how different they are. It truly, it's like of its time, it really, like, oh my God, you know, this little girl from like a tiny town who doesn't even have color, like
Right.
gets thrown into an insane world. I mean, she questions it, but she's like,
Yeah.
all right, this is just what happens now. And it's
Yeah.
just like, like what human just truly accepts the situation she is in and then meets these complete strangers and shows them nothing but love
Mm-hmm.
and just trust, right? And the fact that like they in return immediately vibe on that and are like, you know what, me too. Like I'm so grateful that you're so willing to help us. We
Mm-hmm.
are gonna be there for you. Like the scene where the witch takes her and she's trapped. They were just like, no, like I don't care what happens. It's time to step up for her because she stepped up for us. And I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Like I actually cried watching it because it was
Mm-hmm.
just so beautiful. You know what I mean? And it's like
Right.
Tin Man, a lion or whatever, but like, doesn't that make sense for any people, right? In our life now. And I was just like, Dorothy really is the GOAT. Like, she really was like, you know what? I don't care if you're not like me, or, you're not anything that I know of. I'm just going to accept
Mhm.
you and love you, and, and I'm your friend. Just and that's kind of like how I feel for myself in a way. No, I'm not
Yeah.
Dorothy. I'm not a saint. She's nicer than I am. But I'm like, I do. So a thing about me is that, like, I say I love you to all my friends, like,
Mhm.
unfiltered. I just say, "Oh, I love you," like, goodbye. And it takes some people, like, used to like accepting me saying that, but it's just who I am, and I truly
Mhm.
say friends when I say friends,
Mhm.
and I feel like, oh my God, me and Dorothy have that in common. Like, she's just unfiltered with it, and I truly appreciate that, Just like, it's just all love, right? And I think that's what makes her so incredible.
Well, the thing for me, like, and it's kind of wild. You saying that, I guess I never really thought much of it before. Like as a like even as a kid, just
Yeah.
never really putting any actual thought into it. But yeah, like now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, she really did just kind of like accept everyone that she met
Yeah.
at face value, and even with like because all of the characters have their own baggage that they're just
Right.
the scarecrow, if only he had a brain, the cowardly lion, he wants he wants courage, the tin man, needs a heart, all this stuff. And yeah, she's just like,
She
yeah,
just she just rolled with it. And
yeah.
it's just like, at no one point she was like questioning anything. You know what I mean? Like, what a
Yeah,
strange thing to do. She wasn't like, why do you not have a heart? Like,
right.
what's going on? She was just like, oh no, it's fine. We'll just, like, you just have to like go with what you're good at. And then they just like
Yeah,
kept going.
yeah.
So I think I really think I think she's almost like insanely written character because of how accepting of everything she is.
Oh yeah, for the time too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because I feel like if someone tried to if someone tried to remake the movie, today, like you would hear people like, oh, they made it woke. They made it woke. She's just
You're
accepting
right.
it, and it's like, dude, that that was in the original movie. That was.
But you know what? Maybe it's also a thing kids are like too. They just it's not it's like, maybe, hate or questioning things is a learned thing, and maybe she
Mm,
didn't have that. Maybe that's just
mm.
part of who she is as a character.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, one, I don't know. I feel like as children, because I think that's another thing that people tend to forget about too, is that I think sometimes it's lost on people that yeah, Dorothy's a child. like
Yes, she's
she's
a
not a
baby.
yeah, she's not a grown woman. She's not paying rent. She doesn't have bills. She
No.
doesn't have like she doesn't have to pay like for like have to worry about insurance and like how she's gonna
Yeah.
gas up the car. She's a young child. She doesn't have I mean, outside of like maybe doing some chores around like the farm or whatever, she doesn't have any like
Yeah.
greater world responsibilities. So like I think sometimes people forget like this is a person who is just some people probably maybe write it off as her being naive, but like the thing
No.
is it's like
Yeah.
no, she's just a very open-hearted person. And in my
Yes.
experience, children children often are like, if left to their own devices under normal circumstances, there don't get me wrong, there's some asshole kids out there. I've met them. I personally met some,
Oh
but
no.
like, I can definitely say that like most children, that are raised under normal conditions where their parents teach them right from wrong, and
Hmm.
to and all the stuff that parents should teach their kids, you know they're usually pretty generally accepting of most things. It's really
Oh, for
only
sure.
it's only when we become older that we kind of lose that. But like,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's man, now I'm thinking about like, man, dude, Wizard of Oz was like for its time super woke. Oh my god, I'm here for it. I love it.
But you know, I
That's
mean,
stuff I
in a
live for.
time where like World War II was happening, you
Right.
know, so like that actually makes sense. It makes even more sense why they would write. Well, I mean, the book existed, but like
Right.
I'm talking as like the movie and just its own like like secular, like not secular, insulated thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Mm.
just in that context, I can see why they made the movie as if like there's true love and like acceptance of things that you may not like, right? So
Right.
or understand. So it does make sense for the time, right? It like it's
Mm.
woke, but it kind
Right.
of also makes sense why it would be woke, right?
Yeah, like it's a well, I mean, and honestly, I feel like it's a story that I think that's also what makes it as timeless as it is because it's a story that in a vacuum you almost wouldn't expect to exist in that time
Mm-hmm.
frame, but also at the same time, it's a story I think a lot of people probably need to maybe
Watch.
revisit now. Like go back and
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
was gonna say, like, maybe
You
if you haven't watched it.
just like because even now, and I think that's also that also full disclosure is kind of partially why I haven't watched it in a while is because my wife is like that like the Wizard of Oz is kind of like her family's thing. So like
Is she
as a
like,
result, like oh no, they're like super into like
oh,
Wizard of Oz. Like it's like a
well, you have to
it,
let me know what they think about my book then.
oh no, I most certainly will because when I told her about it, she got really excited. So I know she's gonna love it. But like that was kind of like one of those things that like it's kind of like it's kind of a sacred cow,
Oh, yes.
in
Yeah.
our in our household. So like it's one of those things where it's just like like that's like I said it's wild to me that also kind of shocking. I feel like I'm almost shocked this had not happened sooner. Like it kind of feels weird to say that like this is kind of a thing that's just now happening,
Yeah.
but
I
I'm
mean,
glad that it
there's,
did.
adaptation. There's different
Yeah.
adaptations of Wizard of Oz, but you're right.
Mm,
Like, I don't think they allow, I don't know if I'm the first person that they allowed them
mm,
to touch the property and
mm,
then just like completely re-adapt it. But
mm,
also, I know I'm not inventing the wheel. Like, I
mm,
know I'm not making anything that's new. I'm
mm.
adding to the lore of the I don't know how to say it, the fan verse of the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like within all the love letters to Wizard of Oz, I've added my slip of letter in there. And then
There you go.
also, if newer generations, kids who haven't watched Wizard of Oz, gets to read the book, my book, first,
Mhm.
hopefully, and then want to watch the movie, I that would be amazing. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
want them to read my comic and be like, oh, there's a movie. I would love to watch the movie. And then like, see how they feel about it. And it would be like a fun family affair.
Mm. I mean, honestly, I think that would be a flex too. Like, just be like, man. I I
Yeah.
never watched Wizard of Oz until I read your graphic novel about it. Like your graphic novel made me want to go watch a movie. That would I'm not gonna lie, that would be a flex. That like if someone
Well, if that happens, can people please tag me and tell me if that was ever the case?
well, I mean, I'll say if I encounter it, I will. I
Oh,
will most
please,
certainly.
yes.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, that's just
also, I mean, also because like if you were ever unsure about watching the movie, because it's one of those movies where it's
Mm.
like I feel like people think, oh, if you've never watched it, it's too late. Either you just never
Oh
watch
no.
it or you watch, you know what I mean? Like there's no such thing as spoilers anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you've ever wanted to watch it again, plus not because I'm like, oh yeah, my comic's great. I think it is great, but
Mm.
the movie is worth, I think it should be watched by everyone. It deserves all the love and like the respect that it has is well
Mm.
deserved. And I think people, if it could help guide them into the movie, I think it would be great. Because I mean, also
Yeah.
everyone involved in it was amazing, in one way or another. The actors.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and man, I don't
Poor
know if
Judy,
like
I know.
yeah, like Judy kind of was going through some. Well, and not even just Judy,
Yeah.
but like I remember, man. Okay, so this is. I feel like Wizard of Wizard of Oz was probably the first movie I ever watched like behind the scenes stuff about
Oh
like
yeah,
as a kid.
same.
Um
Same.
because like that VHS that I had, like when you would get through the movie, they would have
Hmm.
all because I'm gonna show some age. I'm talking about the before times when there went like DVD, Blu-ray menus. It's like no, it was all on like one tape. But
No,
like,
no, you're
yeah,
showing your elder millennial age.
right. Look, I was raised by the TV and the VCR, so
So was
I mean,
I.
I just look. I accept it. They say that the was it there was the greatest generation. No, I think mine
Ours
was the.
is.
I think
Yeah,
this is we have the great we had the best stuff.
true.
And I
Minus
won't.
the indoor
Yeah.
smoking, yes.
Well, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, look. See. Now, see. No, leave that out. It's actually just really weird aside, just real quick. Sometimes when I go back and watch movies from
Hmm.
and even some TV shows from like back around that time frame, I always have to be like, oh man, yeah, this is back when you could just smoke anywhere, like
Oh
even in a
yes.
hospital.
Yeah, in a car,
In
in
a
front of
car.
your kids, at
It's like
dinner.
like you could quite literally light up wherever you
Yeah,
wanted. Like
yeah,
like that is an insane level of thing to be able to say. But no, I remember when I would watch the movie because like I would just let it play. I would never
yeah,
like just turn it off or whatever. When like the credits roll, I would just be like, no, I'm staying. But I remember they would play this behind the scenes special and kind of talk about the stuff that the actors dealt with and went
yeah,
through
yeah.
like during that time frame. And I remember kind of that was kind of my first inclination as to what was going on with Judy Garland. And then like I remember like somewhere in there the conversation about the paint that they used
Oh, right,
for the
lead.
tin.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like like the whole
I
time like
know.
I would like I'm actually surprised that like and maybe people don't talk about it because it doesn't happen as much anymore, but like I'm almost shocked that no one still like brings up some of the some of the other like behind the scenes horror stuff that was going on
I mean,
with
I think
that.
the Wicked Witch got burned during
Yes.
the broom scene in the sky. I was like, oh my God, oh these poor people. So please, you gotta watch the movie
Yeah.
and like truly like put the love into the universe for them.
I mean they suffered for their art.
And
Like
it was amazing.
like yeah. It's so like man, you know what? It just man, I'll say this. There is something to be said for like going back and learning like and I think everyone should do this. I think if you have like a favorite movie, go back and find out how it was made. You'll
Yeah,
appreciate it so much more once you know because that was kind of what and when I talk about wearing the movie out, I watched the behind the scenes parts of it almost as much as I watched the movie itself
oh,
because that was kind of my doorway
mm.
into how like it was the first time I learned how movies were made. Like as a kid, I just took it at face. I was like, oh,
Mm,
these are just
okay,
stories.
yeah,
These
yeah,
are
yeah,
stories that are happening on my TV. I don't know how
yeah, yeah,
someone magicked it into existence. But then when I like that was my first inclination that oh, these are people
yeah,
who are
yeah.
doing stuff that
Hmm.
that could potentially harm them, could kill them to make a story to entertain me. That was my
Very true.
first introduction to that. Um, but I will also say too, I will be we're actually going to be doing the. I always joke about this. I always tell people, man, go buy 2 copies. But we're going to have multiple copies in the house of this
Oh,
because not just for it's for my my wife obviously she wants one, but like my kid,
oh,
my kid recently they recently got into Wicked.
Of
and
course,
they
yes.
kind of like, so like that, it was kind of like with most children, it kind of became their whole personality for like a hot minute, but like but it was so adorable that I was just like, yeah, I was like, go off, do your thing. But like, so now like anything kind of like tangentially like related to it in any way, shape, form, or fashion has kind of become this thing where they're like, I would like to
Mm-hmm.
know more. So
Oh,
yeah. So when it
good.
comes out, it's gonna be like, hey, I'll get you one as well. Uh,
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ernie. That means a lot to me. And you let
nah.
me know what she thinks too.
Yeah, no, of course.
She's
Yeah,
like trash.
no. So I will say this. My child inherited my bluntness.
That's good.
But not. But they will tell me. They'll tell me. But I'm pretty sure, just based on some of the other stuff. The Some of the stuff they've been reading lately. We've been getting them a lot of stuff out of the banned books section, Barnes and Noble and various other bookstores and stuff. So like I know for a fact it'll be a win. It'll be a win. You don't worry
Thank you. I
about that.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. That's all. That would be awesome.
Well, now that you've kind of gotten through Wizard of Oz, you've written it, you have drawn it. Let me ask you this, because I know I'm not sure if you did this part too, but yeah, I know you wrote, know you did the art for it.
Hmm.
Did you do the color yourself,
Yes.
or oh wow, so you really, good lord. Okay, bless you for that. You're doing way too much. You need a
I
vacation.
am. You know what? I do too much. Yes, I agree with that. Not a That's, I will not say no to that. No, because I do like coloring my own work because I have such a
Mhm.
vision. Maybe I'm a control freak in that way, but I do have a vision of what something would look like, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, no, I think I think I can get it down.
Yeah. Well, look, I don't have a hat, but if I did, I would tip it,
I
because that's like,
appreciate it.
you are okay. Let me ask you this process. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is a full graphic novel we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So how, ooh man, how long did it take
Mm-hmm.
you to go through like the steps, like like, yeah, at least on the art side of it, like how long did it take you to get that done?
Almost a year. A little less than a year. Well, because I had so
Right.
much time. I had to
Yeah.
write the script and
Right.
the art, so I would say half a year, I guess,
Okay.
which is kind of normal if, it's like if I broke it down per chapter or issue, then
Hmm.
it would kind of, be the same amount of time.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but it didn't, it took the normal amount of time. It just took a little longer because it is like certain characters have to look a certain way, and so that's
Hmm.
hard. And certain backgrounds, I really didn't want to phone it in as much as like I wish I could have sometimes, but like I wanted it to really be
Hmm.
like I want you to be like, oh, I know where this is, or like I want you to believe the world you're seeing, right? So
Hmm.
it took me. So those would be the most time consuming parts.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. That. Well, it's just
I
like,
mean,
cause
also, I
yeah.
gotta say, it is like a team. Oh God, what is it called when it's like a team book, right? It is
Yeah.
technically a
Yeah. Like an
team book. So
ensemble kind of deal.
yes,
Yeah.
and there's more than half of the time they're always together. So it's
Hmm.
like drawing all those characters in a panel sometimes is like one of the hardest parts because it's like I gotta do spatial awareness and I gotta draw all these different characters in one thing and do
Oh.
it all over again. And so the nice thing about comics is I can take artistic liberty and like what the scene would
Right.
be, and like change it up a bit.
Like, hey, this person's talking off the panel over here. We're focused on the
Right, exactly.
yeah. It's see, man, because
Because
from
I gotta
a
say, in the movie, there's a lot of like group shots because it's a film. It's
yes,
like it's just a camera. All you need to do. But for the comic books, you can't just do constant group shots. But it wouldn't
no,
look good anyways, and it wouldn't make
right,
sense. So like I'm like, okay, so this is the best part is being able to be like, well, Dorothy's talking, but it's a group shot. It's cool. I'll just draw Dorothy here. You know what I mean? So stuff like
right.
that.
And I didn't really think about it till just now, but like, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, there are a lot of group shots in it, and
Hmm.
to see those shots, like even if they are different compositions, it's still the same like thing. Like and
Hmm.
the human eye, for anyone that is not aware, if you would subtly pick up on it even if you didn't like know why
Yes.
you like there would be something that would probably like feel unusual about it. Like you would feel some type of a way about it, or whatever. But like you might not even know why. But like yeah, I've seen not a lot, but like I've seen some instances of that you in some comics and graphic novels I've read where like it's like oh yeah it's like okay yeah I this is definitely the same. It literally I'm seeing the same thing over and over and over and
Hmm.
over
Hmm.
again, and yeah, and I'm so you talked about backgrounds earlier and getting the backgrounds just right. How much of a challenge was it to render the Emerald City?
You know what? It's so interesting because there's a lot of tight shots of
Hmm.
Emerald City in the movie.
Hmm.
Don't even think about Wicked. Wicked, they took artistic and like liberty as
Right.
well to create Emerald City. And
Hmm.
I didn't even watch it. Like it came out while I was, finishing it. I was like, no,
Right.
I'm not even going to. I don't want to taint.
Right.
So I literally had to take like bits and pieces of the extreme close-up shots. Like, when Dorothy and the team goes to get their glow up, their glam,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
They do not show what that looks like on the inside. It's just like tight shots of the chair and this like, and so I was like, okay, I know
Oh
exactly. So
wow.
I did a
Yeah.
scene where it's like I made a composition page because I was like, you know what? This actually makes a little bit more sense for comics to do. And then I had to literally build from like the random little tight shots and just make it up. It was like, this is what I assumed it would
Jesus.
be like. And then the only one huge establishing shot we see is
Mhm.
when the oh gosh, what's the balloon thing called again?
Oh, like oh my god.
Yeah, you know what I mean. The hot air balloon.
Yeah, the hot air balloon.
That
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
the only really time that you get to
Yeah.
see. Oh, and then like the horse scene where they like opened the door. And so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
the horse of a different color and all that.
yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had to like cobble a bunch of like images just to make sure it made
Wow.
sense. And again, it's
That's
not perfect because I if I could do it again, I would. But it's just like with the time crunch and like,
mhm.
with the limited resource I had, this is like, what I was gonna go with. So that was a
Okay.
little bit difficult for sure.
Oh, now I did actually get a question. I did get a question from the chat that
Okay,
I'm actually
sure.
curious to. I'm like, this is because, yeah, I as an artist myself, I'm always curious about other people's processes. But
Mm-hmm.
like, this is something that I would really like to know. Says this is Seal Unit 2000 says, if I may ask, what medium did you use for the comic? And they had some follow ups.
Okay.
With like, was it done using traditional media like acrylics or like watercolors,
Yeah.
stuff like that, or did you work like digitally?
So my entire process is traditional inks. I
Mm,
digitally pencil all my pages, traditionally ink them, And for this, I also digitally colored, which is my normal process of drawing comics,
Okay.
anyways. I wish, oh God, if I had literally, if I had all the time in the world to do this book, I wanted so bad to do everything in watercolor. Like that would have been my go-to.
Oh.
I would have even loved to do the cover in watercolor too, if I if I could have. Like my Maleficent
Right.
covers are in watercolor too, except for like
Right.
the last two covers, but most of them are all traditional colors. Um, I just didn't have time, and I thought like I can't. I'm doing this all by myself. There's no way I can physically do it within a year. Like it would have to take me 2 years to do.
Oh man, yeah, and so I'm not gonna hold you, and I'm not trying to like gas you up,
Oh,
but
but I did traditionally color it in the. If you look at the book, I try to make it look like watercolors as much as possible.
okay, yeah,
Hmm.
okay. So that was gonna be my thing because I was gonna say you bringing it up. That was actually what drew my attention when I first saw Maleficent.
Oh, nice.
Was
Thank you.
was the color because that I don't know. It's always one of those things. Like I've always like sucked with watercolor. So like
It's
I don't
hard.
it's like literally it's like I yeah no it just no. But I
Never say
always
never,
admire.
Ernie. You still have time. There's still time.
Whew, I don't know, but I'll tell you this much. I love when other people are able to make it work. And so yeah, that is something that I would just yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a thing either, but I saw someone else ask and I don't know if you have any insight on this, but I see that someone in the chat was asking about if you would do a follow like if they would have you do a follow up to this because a lot of people may or may not remember there was the Return to Oz, which to my
Yeah, I have actually
understanding.
never watched that.
So I have not watched it in a long time. I saw it when
Hmm.
I saw it first when I was a little kid and saw it a little bit later again when I was a teenager. But I
Okay.
remember as a kid, it traumatized the hell out of me.
Oh, I yes, I heard it was scarier, which I'm
Yeah,
actually interested in watching.
yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Well, for me, I think so it was really weird how I kind of happened upon Return to Oz because I wasn't actively looking for it. Like I was like staying at my grandma's house and she had cable, so I was channel surfing and
Sure.
it wound up. I think I saw it on. It might have been HBO for all. It probably was HBO.
Hmm.
But I see this thing and it's like on the guide it says there's a Wizard of Oz thing and I was like ooh let me go see what that is and not really paying attention to the title of it just seeing
Sure.
Oz and yeah, it kind of messed my head up for a little bit. Like it's not like by today's standards, I don't think it's like terribly like horrifying or anything. But just like as a kid, like when you think, oh, Wizard of Oz, okay, yeah, like there are elements of Wizard of Oz that can be wild, just absolutely wild. But like I'm thinking, yeah, okay, this is gonna be more like
Like
that. And it's like
whimsical. Yeah.
yeah, like it's not like oh my god, I'm like I might need to talk to somebody
Oh,
afterward.
you're
Yeah,
selling me on this movie hard. I am dying to watch it now.
it's
I do love that.
yeah.
I mean, please do. I mean, that would be awesome. If they
Mhm.
asked me, I definitely would.
Okay, see that's what we see that's I would like on. Okay, look, I'm gonna say it, man. Just go ahead and just go ahead and set it up. Just go ahead and set. I mean, yeah, look, just set it up.
If I can make it horror like and
Mm,
like add a little bit of the way I did Maleficent with it, I
mhm.
mean, I think it would be really cool.
I like honestly, I could easily see you pulling it off.
Oh,
I could
thanks.
easily see you pulling it off.
I gotta watch the movie for sure. I'll get back to you.
Look if it ever comes into fruition, just shoot me a line. Just be like,
I will. I
I
will.
got it.
I will. I'm
like
like,
you.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. like you don't even have to say what it is. Just be like, I got it. And I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like,
you got it.
y'all
I
just
mean,
wait.
yeah, if they ask, sure, But
Yeah.
they probably won't ask me unless people buy this book first, so
So well, and that's
just
kind
saying.
of that kind of brings me full circle to the most important part of all this is I would really like for y'all once again to support this, to pick it up, to once again, I think that if you want it for yourself, that's cool. But if you also know someone who might be interested in it,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it would be an awesome thing to, I don't know,
Please and
maybe
thank you.
share. Maybe be like because I do this sometimes. I'm a mad lad. I will sometimes buy books for other people that I was like, oh no, this one's for you. I got one for me, but you get one for you. I'm nice like that sometimes. So yeah, I think that yeah, if whether you're a fan, or whether you are someone who someone who's a fan, or if you've never checked it out and you're just like, man, I kind of want to know, all right, what's the big deal? Like what is this?
Hmm.
Go check it out. And I'm going to just say right now, if you need any convincing, I just want to pull up something for y'all right here. Let's actually let's do it like this. Let me do that.
Oh,
There.
perfect.
I want you guys to kind of see this and just kind of just give you a little touch, just a little touch, a little taste, as they say on the streets. The first taste is free. I just want to put it out there. I want you guys to take a look at it, vibe with it, what have you. But go check it out. It is like, look, it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. I just go
Thank
ahead
you. I
and get that
appreciate
out of the
that.
way. And also, man, look, I'm already like I'm paying attention to stuff going on in the image, and I'm already imagining getting Dorothy's dress like that. It seems like a task. I don't know if I would have had the patience for it. That's a lot of lines, y'all. I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, it looks fantastic. It looks
Thank
great.
you.
And clearly, as y'all can probably tell, it's yeah. You guys see. You should go check it out. You should go check this out. So I'll just say, go do the thing. I actually have a link in the description for this video.
Oh, perfect.
Y'all can go follow that link. Do what needs done.
Yeah, the
And
pre-launch is already out. Like they haven't launched to Kickstarter yet, but you can
mhm,
still put notifications on and also
yes,
follow it as well. So
please do all of that.
thank you. And they're
Do all the
trying
things
to launch the date for the 29th of this
for the
month.
okay for the
That's
29th.
yeah.
Okay, so what I need so I need y'all to set dates. Okay, I need dates. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and make this as easy as humanly possible for everybody. So what I'm gonna need y'all to do is go hit buttons, do the thing. And here let's put this. I'm gonna add an extra link. Because here, this is one I think y'all will definitely want to have. There we go. So now you have an extra link. I'm gonna hook you guys up. Get to that page. ask for the notifications because that's what I always do.
Thank you.
I think that's a smart play. And also, before we get out of here, Sue, is there anything else that you have going on that you wanted to take an opportunity to promote?
Yeah, so obviously Wizard of Oz. The tentative date is the 29th. If it does change at all, I will be updating as soon as possible. Also, so please support it. Thank you so much in advance. And also, I have a Star Wars Nightlander comic coming out on September. It's a horror Star Wars comic. Yes, and it's like an Anakin and Obi-Wan horror, almost like a buddy cop story. So it's drawn by me and colored by me and written by Kevin Scott. So that's going to be fun. And it's like a one-shot series. So I'm the first issue, or we're the first issue, and then we have some other creators on the subsequent issues as well. Yeah, so it's actually really fun. I enjoyed working on that too.
So, okay, well, yeah, you got me. You got me.
Oh, and there's a Carmilla 3
Okay, so all right, so
in
there you go.
October, yes.
October. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think y'all know what to do.
And then that's it. We're done with it. The chapter's closed on that. Yep.
So we're talking the final installment.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, for those that don't know, if you've not checked out Carmilla,
Oh, thank you.
there's a link in the description. Go do that. And then you'll know why you might want to come back and
Thank you.
And see more.
I mean,
you'll know why.
If you're interested in horror, the first one won a Bram Stoker award, so
Yes.
you know, I'm super honored by that.
Look, Bram Stoker award-winning. Okay, yeah, that's yeah. There you go. So, all right, you know what? I don't think you don't even need to say anything else about it. That should be enough right there. If y'all aren't going to go check it out, I don't know what to tell you. But for what I want to say, thank you for taking the time to do this.
Thank you so
taking the
much.
time to chit chat. And yeah, well, and for I guess you know what? When you said was this October when the final installment is going to be dropped for Carmilla. Well, look, just like I said, we're going to have to make this happen. We'll have to make it happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
even for the Star Wars book, I'll hit you up and we'll chat it up again.
Because you're talking to you're talking about two of my favorite things. You're talking about like, Star Wars and horror. Like what?
I mean,
what are we talking
it's
about?
a match made in heaven.
I mean, I'm in. So. Just putting that out there. But no, thank you so much. And everyone, go do the thing. Go hit the links. Go do the stuff. Go follow Sue on social media. And and hey, you know what? You should also, because you say you're going to be at San Diego.
I will be, yeah.
So next week, if you go stop by and tell Sue how much you enjoyed Maleficent, and Carmilla, the first vampire, go yeah, because you're gonna say it because you're gonna go and get the stuff, and then you're gonna go take it to Sue and be like, oh,
and then you'll get a sign. Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but I'm telling y'all what to do. But anyway, thank you all, everybody, and
thank you so much. It's always a blast. You're one of my favorite people to talk to, so I appreciate it.
Hey,